Alright, I think that was pretty good. Still may be a bit of delay, but it's out of my control really. At least it'll be a consistent delay as opposed to like random start times or whatnot. But yeah, so I got the video up Wednesday night. I shouldn't really, because the Monday's video I got up Tuesday, but there shouldn't really be a problem with that anymore. I should get the videos up on the days that I record them, so won't have any more of that. And it also saves me the opportunity to record the next day if I want to, which won't happen, likely, but still an option. And then, yeah, so I am recording today, Friday. I'm not sure if I'll record tomorrow still. Maybe I'm still undecided on that, but I guess back to this, well, first things, if I sound a bit odd or different, it's because I have a bit of allergies going on, so I mean, it's out of my control, nothing too serious, but just getting that out of the way. Let's go back here, back into the game. It's been, well, it feels like it's been a while. It's only been like 2 days. So yeah, where we last left off, it is the next day, so we did make it past Thursday. It took 6 recordings, but it is Friday in game time, so it's the last day before the weekend or whatnot. And I mean, that's pretty significant because this will kind of be the checkpoint, like I mentioned earlier or prior. What we're mainly looking for is whether or not Sayori leaves the club early, because if she doesn't, then it shows that we've made some improvement or we're on the right track, that hopefully by that, it signifies she's better off than she was in the original Act 1 of the game. But granted, we know she left early yesterday, so it kind of just evens out. But if she does leave earlier today, then I'm gonna accept that, the MC failed, pretty much. I mean, it's gonna be hard to recover from that, unless we spend time with Sayori and Monica this weekend. And that'll ultimately be a choice, because given we choose who to spend the weekend with today as well. And granted, we can't pick them in the original Act 1 of the game. However, we know this is not that. So I'm really hoping that possibility is, or that it is a possibility. If not, then I'm gonna accept that we failed. But pretty much, I don't see how the MC would be able to prevent Sayori's suicide otherwise, unless he were to spend time with her, and he would subsequently be spending time with Maka. And as we saw in Rain Clouds, I guess I shouldn't assume mod continuity, but Monica was fairly, I guess, manipulative of Sayori during that time that they spent together during the weekend, or at least is portrayed by Rain Clouds, so we would presumably prevent that. So I guess, yeah, just getting that out of the way. This day, besides the event of Yuri sending us that picture, and besides the actual, day itself, like Sunday, Monday, when Sayori is supposed to commit suicide, this is probably the most important day of the mod. And given that the MC's already having some issues or problems at the start of the day as opposed to the very end, that also adds on to that. Because, like looking back at the history, he's like talking here, he's coming up with a plan, his vision blurs and just passes out, and then he like hits the back of his head on like this, whatever, his sink or whatnot. It's a pretty expensive sink by the looks of it. It was in Never Ending Tomorrow, where it was, I actually have no idea. One of the mods, it may have been Salvation or Never Ending Tomorrow. I don't remember which one, but it was one of those mods which revealed that, like his parents were like doctors or like lawyers or something, and it's like, that's how they pay for all this. But yeah, I mean, ignoring that, yeah, so yeah, he's bleeding, he busts his head open, like it's the morning, like I don't know why this is in the mod. As soon as I saw this, I just ended the previous video, because it's just I don't know why this is happening. I don't know how they're gonna fix this if it has no repercussions, but we'll see. I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Who's Chris? This is another reference I don't get. The dumb joke does little to ease my pain, but does manage to bring a smile to my face. That's what I mean. anytime I see something out of context like that, I just assume it is. I guess this is yeah, good. I just assume that it's a reference I don't get because the MC always brings up these references. Also, I was gonna say there's no music, but now there is. Maybe my stupidity really is the only thing keeping me sane. I mean, he should be like in a positive. Well, not necessarily, but he should at the very least be hopeful because he had the interaction or the intimate conversation with Sayori yesterday, and that would presumably at least the MC would think he's on the right track, given we know better because Sayori's depression scale is still 6. I think that's kind of like interesting how they made like a sort of quantifiable thing, or at the very least like showed it to us that, oh, on a scale of 1 to 10, her depression trait level is 6. Like that seems like something so arbitrary, but I mean we should use it at least while we know it. So, and given Monika's reaction to it, we can assume that it was on the same what's it called? It was the same as where she was in Act 1 at the time. So, but I mean, given the conversation he had, he should at least be sort of hopeful. And given that also his interaction with Yuri yesterday, the only thing he was not really too comfortable with was Monika. And granted, we know what happened with her, even saved as an MC or as an entity, like sort of explain that to us. But yeah, so just that's really the only thing that MC should be, I guess, not confident about is how he dealt with Monika, really. Ow. I tried tapping at the wound on my head with my index finger, see how big it is, but it just causes it to sting more. You got mirrors. Well, I guess it would be hard to look into the mirrors. If he has like a phone or something, he can take a picture of the back of his head, or like just have the back of his head facing the mirror and take a picture behind him. Or I guess I should use the mirror instead. It's what I said, but I mean, how is his like head literally just like, is his skull like cracked open? Is he gonna like bleed out and die? The MC's gonna be the first to die before anyone else. I use the sink as a support as I slowly stand up. It appears that I cut open the skin just above my eyebrow. Oh, I thought it was on the back of his head. Wait. Oh, alright. That makes more sense. I mean, is it serious? Is it literally just, so he nearly just like impaled his eyes then. But I mean, it's probably more serious than it looks because maybe skull damage, I don't know. Luckily, it doesn't look like the cut is super deep, not as deep as yours. Is that what he's going to be reminded of right now? Unluckily, that doesn't stop it from continuing to bleed. I turn on the faucet and splash some more on my face to get the blood off. That's going to sting. But I mean, let's see. I then grab a few tissues and press them up against the cut to stop the bleeding. I mean, I'm not sure why this exists. Once I have pressure on the wound, I begin going through the cabinets to find the rubbing alcohol. That's more thorough than I would have been. I would have just done that, put a band-aid on it, just good to go. This is gonna be a bitch. That's how life is. I pour some rubbing alcohol on a rag and take a deep breath. Maybe something's wrong with me. Maybe I'm having like a stroke. Ah, shit. I really don't know what he expected. You gotta be like, 1, 2, 3, go. If I didn't know better, oh my god. If I didn't know better, I would think I just squeezed salty lemon juice into my blood. And I mean, that's nutrients though. It's like straight to the bloodstream too. Once the burning has subsided some, I grab fresh tissues to press against my brow. At least, hey, I mean, props to him. That would have been more than I would have done. I mean, that's what he's got to do, really. I mean, because he's helping others, he himself can't really appear like sort of, what would you call it, like disheveled in a sense. I guess that's more like appearance, but more so like flawed, or at least that's probably what the MC thinks. Like that is a problem too. Like lots of people who uplift others are oftentimes themselves not actually in good places. So, but it's kind of the opposite because they want to maintain that appearance. My head becomes clear once the pain starts to dwindle. Why the hell did I pass out? That's what I was wondering. I'm like, why does this exist? Presumably, because we know him and Monika are connected, because when he had a migraine, she also had one. I'm not sure if it happened twice or 2 times, but I do know it happened at least once, so we can assume that they are connected in that sense. I didn't forget to eat dinner. I slept like a baby last night. That wouldn't, like passing out like spontaneously even if you didn't eat dinner, and even if you didn't sleep, that still wouldn't be like something that would be explained by that. I wasn't even stressed out this morning. In fact, it was quite the opposite. I swear, he's gonna make another reference, watch. But I mean, it's something that's unexplainable. I sure have been getting hurt a lot lately. I mean, this is the first time it was physically. Maybe Sierra's clumsiness has worn off on me too. That has nothing to do with clumsiness. Like, if you just straight up pass out, like that's out of your control, really. I know for certain that this wasn't caused by clumsiness, but I play it down anyway. I mean, he can't really do anything about it. Like, just saying. He just kind of needs to go on with his day and hope it doesn't happen again. Oh, speaking of Sayori, I still have to get ready for breakfast. It's true. Oh my god. Oh, I was gonna say, like, is he gonna pass out again? I saw it being slow. Okay, huh? That knocking sound definitely came from downstairs. She must have been knocking pretty loud if you could hear it from the upstairs bathroom. Damn, is that her? Nope. Who else would it be? I peel away tissues from my face and toss them in the trash can. Maybe she won't notice. I guarantee you that's not the case. His wound is probably the most noticeable thing in existence. Like, he probably, like, if his wound enlarges, like, his bruise is probably gonna, like, cover up his eye. I tell myself as I make my way out of the bathroom. Does he have clothes on? I'm coming. Is he wearing clothes? He was going to take a shower. Hold on. Okay, is he wearing clothes? Like, we don't need to go through, like, some stupid sequence, like... Sayori can be oblivious, he'll be fine. Click. Oh, so she knows. For whatever reason, this felt like the altered version, but I guess... I don't know. What happened to your face? I don't know what he was expecting, really. Well, that could have gone better. Oh, this? It's nothing, I just tripped this morning. Like, I mean, even regardless of what he says, I mean, he took a tumble. So even if he wasn't, like, straight up like, oh, I passed out, like, Raven, that looks bad. Is, like, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, just being honest, like, within the mod. There's literally nothing we can do. This will just serve as some sort of plot point later, considering we can't fix it. Are you sure you're okay? I have the urge to poke her forehead, but I don't think it would help in this instance. She would just poke your wound. I'm alright, I promise. I'll wash it off and put some rubbing alcohol on it. You know, it really just... Like, if it's not bleeding, that's fine. Like, no serious damage. If it was just bleeding and it's no longer bleeding, then it's fine. Are you sure? I could take a look at it if you wanted. Thanks, Sayori. I appreciate the gesture. I mean... I wish we could get a picture of the MC, because I really don't know what we're working with here. But I also remember you wanted to play doctor when we were kids, so you could just hit me in the knee with stuff. I mean, you gotta see whether there's feeling in their knees or not. You would have to remember that. Or you would have to remember that, wouldn't you? I mean, just all she needs to do is touch his wound, and then it's just game over. I'm only joking. I promise to let you know if I need any help with it. This will probably be something later at school. Alright. I promise I won't hit you in the knee with anything this time. What about next time? I'm glad to hear it. But for right now, I gotta go get ready for school. I brought more bacon yesterday for us to eat, so you can get started on that if you want. She's literally just doing all the work, but granted, it's also his house, so... bacon. Well, that certainly seemed to take her mind off things. Once I get done, I'll come down and whip up some pancakes to go with it. When did he get all this? Or I guess at the grocery store yesterday. I'm like, why does he all of a sudden have all this food? Are you up for the task? Yes, sir. Sayori proceeds to make her way into the kitchen as I head back upstairs. Okay, I quickly begin to strip down once I'm inside the bathroom. I was like, is he wearing clothes? As I go a step in the shower, I almost step in a small puddle of blood still on the floor. Just don't let her see that. Like, I grab some more tissue papers and quickly wipe it off. I guess if it's enough to make a small puddle, that actually is kind of serious. I mean, but I really don't know what he's gonna be able to do about it. To take in the fastest shower in human history, I draw off and begin to put on my uniform. I feel some slight paranoia at the fact that Sayori has basically had free roam over my house for the last few minutes. I mean, if you trust her. And even so, what's the worst that could possibly happen? Like she won't be able to access the bathroom, like, so, because you're in there, and that's your, like, private area, like, with, like, you just showering or whatnot, so, I mean, she couldn't really do anything. It's not like there's anything for her to find. He's gonna make some stupid comment right now, watch. She might not notice the painkillers I left on the counter, but given my situation, it seems pretty reasonable. Oh yeah, because he like downed painkillers yesterday to be able to go to Yuri's place. Forgot about that. Once I'm dressed to impress, I leave the bathroom, like with his uniform. I can already smell the bacon cooking as I'm going downstairs. When I enter the kitchen, I see Sayori in deep focus, standing over her skillet. For some reason, it brings to mind a scene from those old black and white sitcoms where a husband would kiss the wife as she was cooking the family breakfast. I mean, yeah, I guess. Except this is in color. And then, yeah, wait, wasn't it a cast iron yesterday? I don't know. Well, I guess that is a skillet. Just ignore what I said. My face begins to heat up as I think about it. I mean, is she wearing an apron, though? That was fast. Nope. Oh, yeah. I've always been told it's rude to keep a lady waiting. I don't know how fast he thinks he showered. Like, he had to have been away at least for around, like, 5-ish plus minutes, considering how long it would take for him to get his uniform on, presumably, with, like, the dress shirt and everything. Just now put the bacon in the skillet, so he didn't miss too much. So what was she doing? Just, like, loafing around or exploring? Sounds good. It'll give me time to make my world-famous pancakes. World-famous? Can't wait. It doesn't occur to me until after I said this. I've only ever made pancakes once, accidentally. How do you accidentally do it? Like, you need to make the batter for it, so it's not like you can really accidentally make them. Wasn't in the mood for waffles that day anyway. I see. I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah. I ignore the words to pull out a pancake mix, a spatula, and another skillet. How much time do they have in the morning? Like, what time is it? They have like ridiculous amount of time before school. Like, I guess it's good that the mod makes use of it though, because mods rarely make use of like morning time. Once I have everything in order, I scooch up next to Sayori and flick on our stove eye. Excuse me, miss, but is this spot taken? Yes. Well, here's the guy I was waiting for, but I guess you can stand there until he shows up. It's probably the biggest, like, not gonna lie, this is one of the best roasts you can like make. Like, just as like casual, like, sort of banter or whatnot. Thank you kindly. I'll try to be a good company. It won't take much. The guy I'm waiting for is a pretty big meeting. Oh, is that so? He always makes me cook for him. Whenever I try to be nice, he pokes me in the head. Wait for it. Pokes you in the head? You mean like this? I'm like, she was basically begging for it to happen there. Yeah, just like that. Well, I'm sure if you don't worry so much about him, you won't get poked. I've heard tales of people transforming into prunes. This conversation is going to be brought back up like at least once a day. He said something similar. I can't help but worry so much, you know. I care about him a lot. Okay, I swear to God, if the MC says something stupid right here, if he says, please, he better watch his mouth. He better watch what he says. You better choose his next words carefully. Sayori. Well, he's lucky to have someone as caring as you. I'm sure he doesn't want you to worry so much because he cares about your happiness. Raven. This moment is ruined by the smell of something burning. You know, I don't know what I expected. I guarantee it's the MC. His fault, definitely, 100%. Dang. I flipped my pancake over to see that one side of it is charred. He literally had it on for like 10 seconds. I guess this one will be mine, huh? It doesn't look so world famous to me. The char gives it the extra bitterness that it needs. Well, as long as it's not on fire. Oh, I was entirely expecting it to immediately catch fire, but this is just referencing what she did in the past. I should say Sayori knowing look. Meaning. We continue to make playful banter as we cook. Once everything is said and done, we are left with 4 pancakes, one of them burned, and several pieces of bacon. I pull out 2 plates and slide 2 pancakes on one before handing it to Sayori. Once we both have stacked plates, we take a seat at the kitchen table. Which one got the burnt one, though? She reclaims the seat next to me, and we both begin to eat. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see her sneaking glances at me as we do. Can't think bad of it, because I find myself doing the same to her occasionally. You know, it's fine now until you catch each other's eye. It's like, you just like glance, but they're not glancing while you are. But then at one point, you'll glance at the same time. Woo, that was some pretty good eating, huh, Sayori? I mean, did he actually eat the burnt one, though? We both managed to clear all the food on our plates. He ate the burnt pancake, well, except for the charcoal pancake that is. Alright, I was like, did he really eat that? Like, that'll just give him more problems on top of his already, like, cut eyebrow. Those pancakes were really good, Raven. You sure? They went well with the bacon too. I'm like, are you sure they were good? Thanks. I guess I just got lucky. It was really your bacon that once again stole the show. I mean, I wonder what we're gonna do for this tomorrow. Because the thing is, tomorrow is Saturday, so there's like no school. So I wonder. Granted, first off, Act 1 in the game completely skips Saturday, so it's not like there was anything to do then otherwise. But I'm interested to see how this will go if we meet tomorrow and whatnot. I mean, yeah, that'll be interesting, but yeah. Oh, I wonder if there's a way to combine them. This was the reference I saw coming the farthest away. It's definitely he's gonna go to like an Adventure Time song, like Adventure Time like reference. Wait, you could call them bacon pancakes. Ella dropped down one and proposed to Sayori on the day she cooks bacon pancakes. That could be tomorrow. Like, hey, don't make promises you can't keep. That could literally be tomorrow for all we know. I'm sure the president and vice president could find a way to make it work. Though you might need to ask Natsuki for advice to prevent any unwanted fires. Don't bring her into this. Like, she's not relevant here. She's not even relevant really in this mod. Like, she really isn't. She really doesn't have a place in this mod. Not necessarily a bad thing, considering that pretty much, like I've said plenty of times, basically every mod is a Natsuki mod. Yeah. Speaking of Natsuki, I wonder if she'd be interested in joining our club. Okay. Now it's okay, considering she brought it up. That's like the big thing it's like the big thing that you need to, he needs to allow her to bring up these topics, and then he can insert his own opinion. So, like, I mean, possibly, that would give her, I'd say that's a good thing, if she does join. Granted, I'm not sure, like, every single member of the club should join, but, like, at least Natsuki, considering she really doesn't have a place anywhere else in the mod, fine. And considering she's probably the most similar to Sayori and us, at least in this sort of environment. And also, it would be good knowing, given the background information, us as the player, and somewhat the MC has. So, I mean, yeah, she doesn't live that far from here, does? I'm not even gonna try and figure out where everyone lives. Because at first I thought it was Sayori and the MC on one side of the school. Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri on the other side. Oh wait, I guess no, Natsuki just, I'm not gonna try and figure out where everyone lives. That's a really good idea, actually. That's what I was saying. I mean, that's probably something you should offer to her. Now that my plan to systematically spend time with every girl separately has fallen apart. It was a pretty bad plan to begin with. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It's probably the worst plan that MC could have gone with. At least that was his Wednesday plan, actually. So yeah, now that is no longer a thing, I guess, yeah, and given that he doesn't really spend time with her otherwise, she would be, if he had to admit one, which is the case, she would be the best one. Spending night time with her at all could be good. Especially if she doesn't have a chance to eat much at home. Yeah, like I said, that we know that MC has some background knowledge on this, given that Save Data as an entity went Natsuki's route in the previous iteration of Act 1. So I guess that's, in a sense, it works out, because that's kind of sort of like, I guess, a reason that he doesn't really need to spend time at all with Natsuki this month, because he already somewhat knows her issues, given he has memories of that. I feel my jaw clenching as I think about it. Here's the thing, though. The thing is, the MC we know he doesn't have any knowledge of Act 2, because he doesn't know the truth about Monica, and he didn't know Yuri's issues. However, Natsuki, I'm pretty sure she doesn't reveal any sort of, like, I'm pretty sure she doesn't, like, reveal, she may make references to it, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't, like, reveal everything that there is about her father. I'm pretty sure she doesn't reveal that, you know, he starves her and beats her or whatnot. I'm pretty sure she doesn't, at least in Act 1. So I don't know how the MC really has knowledge of that. Oh, sorry. I was just making some executive decisions is all. Which is how I've come to the conclusion that asking Natsuki to join us is a great idea. Yay. Here, I'll text her and ask if she's left her house yet. How much time do you have in the mornings? Like, what time is it now? What time does school start? Sayori proceeds to quick draw her phone out of her bag. Ah, my muscles tense up as I hear her scream. What's the matter? We're running late. That's what I was like. I'm like, how do you have so much time in the morning? Woo. I grinned a little as my blood pressure returns to normal. I guarantee you his mind immediately went to Yuri, because that was like the thing. But it's like, why would she send that to Sayori? Because I guess that's a sign we should get going, huh? Sayori immediately begins to frantically gather her things. He's like, oh, school started 10 minutes ago. While she's doing so, I pull on my phone and see that we actually are running pretty late. I'm like, there's no way they have this much time in the morning. First period started 10 minutes ago. I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. I mean, not saying that I didn't play this mod ahead, in case you were wondering. Like, just I didn't play it ahead. I just need to get that out of the way. It's just, I guess, I don't know. Don't want to say lucky guess, but I don't also want to say, you know, it didn't conform to what I said, but no, it's just a lucky guess, really. Because, I mean, if I said 30 minutes, it could have either been 30 minutes or still be 10 minutes, but most likely still be 10 minutes. It's just coincidence that I happened to get it right. That made it seem like I played ahead way more than if I wouldn't have said anything, but I guess just ignoring that. No, I can't say I wouldn't rather spend time with her. Watching her clumsily fall over herself as she gets ready to go makes my face run hot. Why is he so weird? Like, why is he weird? I calmly toss plates into the sink as Sayori bolts to the front door. Neil, just like speed. It's not too far away from here. Come on, Slowpoke. I'm coming. Scoop up my bag and we both head out. I'm gonna head out. She practically drags me across the sidewalk on our trip to school. We know, because we do know the entrance. We do actually get a background of the entrance of the school in this mod, so we do know when they'll get there. At this point, she's probably knows the fact that I'm not in any hurry. I prefer to just walk there with you, dummy. I mean, she may actually, she may be legitimately failing her class. Like, you forgot to notice that, you know, she's very behind, given her issues she was dealing with prior. Babe, quit dragging your feet. We're gonna be late if you don't hurry up. Huh? Aren't we already late? Well, we'll be more late. We'll be late for second period. We're gonna be more late if you don't pick up the pace. More late, huh? Here I was thinking you were in a literature club. I smirk at her. She realizes what she said. Is more late or later? I guess I'm not a big grammar person. Now's not the time for that. Now's the time for getting to school. The MC, like, forgets that she's legitimately, like, failing her classes. So he regrets me about the album. Once again, pulls me along with her. You can scold my verbality when we're back in the club. It's actually true. And we know it will just be a time skip anyway. Damn, looks like she got me with that one. Looks like one of us should stick to focusing. What the hell happened? I watch as Sayori slips on the sidewalk and begins to fall forward. This is gonna be some dumb shit. You know, I'm gonna end this. Or not end the video, but I'm gonna end this sort of recording of it, and then there'll be some sort of transition. So just, I guess, next part I'll start soon. Okay, I think that one this might have a little more delay, but we'll see. The reason why I stopped this was because this line is a red flag that maybe some dumb shit's gonna happen as a result of this. We'll just need to see. It quickly occurs to me that she still has a firm grip on my arm. I don't want to see where this is gonna go, because I mean, it can really go in like one of two directions, and neither of them are really good. As I begin falling through, I manage to channel my interaction hero and pull her towards me. I'm trying to get a visual, but I can't really. Okay, that was loud. Ow. My back hurts from the impact with the ground, and my chest hurts from the impact with Sayori. Okay, so he was on the bottom, so he somehow... Okay, I see. So they basically just flipped. Alright, he just freaking, like, broke his back, like, landing on the ground, like, on the sidewalk. He just freaking, like... Yeah, on top of him, like, cutting open his eyebrow, he just broke his back. Are you alright? No. My back hurts. Raven, how'd you get here? We were here. What do you mean? Well, the concrete looked pretty soft, and I didn't want you hogging it all to yourself. I mean... One thing, well, I guess I don't even know. It really doesn't matter. Either way, it's an extremely solid surface that wouldn't be ideal. How much? Let's calculate how much force he took. Actually, no. It's different. I would say that it cancels out, but it really doesn't. If it, it's probably no, that's a really dumb assumption to make. But no, so he basically took. I don't, I'm not a sciences major. I'm not even gonna like try to freaking estimate. Just know that his back is fucked up. I ignore the pains. I smile at her. You're so silly. I mean, yeah, bro. We're just. Oh, it really did look soft though. We both just lay on the sidewalk. I don't even notice the pain anymore. All I can feel is my heart racing. Before I have time to think, Sayori leads in to kiss me. You're really just like, this is like, think about it. This is like in public. Like their two are literally just like lying on the sidewalk. Like for all we know, they can be like in front of the school right now. I mean, but this is what I was saying. I was like, all right, this could go in one of two directions. One, this direction. Two, the direction where like one of them actually gets injured and they have to like sidetrack to like do something else. Like I know in Salvation there was a whole like hospital sequence, but this would be the other route would be something similar. But yeah, I'm like, there's really only one of two directions this could go in, and this is the one that it went in. Every ounce of blood, bone and marrow, screaming at me to kiss her. That's literally what's going on. What do you mean? I want to, but I can't. You're okay. Oh no, she wasn't doing it right. I mean, here's the thing. Does he really have a choice in this situation? Like, let's be honest. He's the one down on the ground. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, lean back? Like, no, he's already as far back as he can go. Like, you just need to accept it. Like, let it happen. I've said this multiple times. Just let it happen. Just like chill. Just embrace it. Let it happen. Now, what you doesn't know about what happened between Yuri and me. This, I swear to God, I don't even, the MC, I really hope he fails. I really hope Sayori kills herself. Like, the MC just, here's the thing, here's what it comes down to. He's known Yuri for about 3 or 4 days. He's known Sayori for what, his whole life? Like, I mean, let's take a comparison there. Like, I mean, not saying that the MC's making the wrong choice, but just, I'm saying he's making the wrong choice. It would hurt her, but so would not kissing her. What? Hold on. She doesn't know what happened between you and me. It would hurt her, but that's literally because here's the thing. What happened between you and me? I don't want to say nothing serious happened between them, but he at least has the excuse that was basically either, one, Yuri was the one doing everything, or that she was the one coming on to him, or two, that he was only doing it so that she could get better because he knows about her problems. So he's like taking some sort of moral high ground that he doesn't really need to take. I mean, that's what it kind of seems like, or he's making some sort of excuse that isn't really have any ground to stand on. So I mean, like because here's the thing, like looking at it, granted he did kiss her, but that was mainly due to that was literally only Yuri, first off, and then second off, the next like biggest thing that granted she was coming with him, but also entirely her. Third thing, like he had an interaction with her in like her bedroom or whatnot, but we know the true nature of that, and we know kind of the purpose of it. So I mean, that doesn't even really count. But he doesn't really need to worry about this because basically she was the one who did everything, and ultimately he knows that. Obviously that's kind of a poor excuse, but he also has the added bonus of, he knows the truth about her and the real reason behind why everything's sort of going on. So this isn't really something that should be stopping him. Like it really just, like this shows how, like I said before, hyper focusing and ultimately misdirected priorities. That's really the two things that bring down the MC in all mods. And looking here, both of them are at stake. He's like, I don't want to say he's hyper focusing Yuri, but he's basically done everything he could for her so far, as opposed to like, because he spent club time with her yesterday, or no, he spent club time with her on Wednesday, spent time with her after the club on Wednesday, spent time with her, or she wasn't even in the club Thursday, but spent time with her after the club Thursday. He basically has been spending as much time as he can with Yuri, which doesn't, he just did that because he assumed she had a problem, which isn't really, there's no real point in doing that, given front and center is Sayori's suicide on Monday. And of course, Saved as an entity has to come in and ruin that by sort of making it explicit that Yuri does have a problem by amplifying her character traits or whatnot. And then ultimately, like, front and present is Sayori's suicide, like, Monday. It seems like he keeps losing sight of that, despite that being arguably the most important, like, sort of, not arguably, but that definitely being the most important aspect of this. I mean, that was the reason why he was sent back a week, and that was the first memory he had after he got sent back, or I guess not even sent back, but after he gained his memories of the coming week. That's the first thing he sort of, that was the first one he received. I mean, that was literally the dream or vision he had that night. And he really just has lost sight of that, because I mean, everything prior should really be solely for that purpose of preventing that from happening. However, like, seeing this situation, like him thinking about Yuri or whatnot and her problems, despite them not being immediate front and center, especially because it's only like 2 or 3 days away now, and also him having prioritized Monica for a bit, when it was just them, him, Monica, and Sayori in the club. Like, I really just don't understand what he's doing here. I feel like I'm being torn in two. I feel like you're being an idiot. Like, there's easy ways to, like, I'm really, honestly, I really don't see him succeeding. I really don't. Like, this is kind of the nail in the coffin here. I really don't see him succeeding. He's just gonna, I really don't see him succeeding. I think he's gonna fail, and I hope he fails. I hope she does end up killing herself. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like, the MC, his priorities are so misdirected at this point, and it seems like he's hyper-focusing on Yuri, despite Sayori basically being the whole reason he's in this situation to begin with. Dabbling into her tourniquets, I just lies here with my eyes averted. Oh, I thought he was just gonna, like, close his eye, or, like, he's just, like, directly staring at her. No, but he just, like, turns his head. Raven? Sayori, y'all are, like, chilling on the ground, like, sidewalk. Like, they're, like, in the middle of the road, and, like, on their way to school. I thought, Sayori quickly pulls herself off me and stands up. Y'all are just, see, this is why I didn't want to go in this direction. Because I'm like, okay, there is no good direction that this goes in. Like, as soon as I saw which line, hold on. As soon as I saw this line, I'm like, okay, this is gonna go somewhere stupid. This is gonna be some dumb shit. And this is one of the two paths, and we can look and see what it brought. So I also stand up off the ground. I'm sorry, I don't know. Sayori, please, it's not you. It's me. No, it's you. I feel my voice beginning to break as I speak. This is where you walk in separate directions and have time to reflect. You felt so warm. I just wanted to. Y'all, listen, you gotta make the best out of the worst moments. Like, and that's what you were doing. There's, like, nothing wrong with that. Okay. I don't know. Oh, hold on. I know what this is. Hold on, I guess there's no real point in saving, but because I need to explain what this is, because it's probably not obvious. Alright, so basically in the actual Act 1 of the game, when it comes to, you actually did do stuff Saturday, and this is what it comes down to, I don't know, but basically in the Act 1 of the game, when Sayori confesses her feelings to you, and obviously you say yes or no, basically you're like, I love you, or you're my dearest friend. If you actually pick you're my dearest friend, then this is what happens. She basically, like, screams and then runs away, and then this is what that is. Granted, here's the thing. That's actually interesting, because that means we know that Save Data as an entity picked the you are my dearest friend option in Act 1. I kind of need to explain that, because the reason I know this is because I picked it, because I already knew what the outcome would be if you said you loved her, because I've already watched the playthrough, so I picked the second option, and that's how I know what this is. And the reason why I feel like I need to say that is because almost no one picks that option, so it's not really obvious what this kind of is. Because anything in this glitch text is a reference back to what Save Data as an entity did in his previous iteration of Act 1. Because we know kind of that he had the Sayori interaction day 1 where it was like the apple juice with like her bumping her head in the other room. We know he had the interaction with Natsuki on the weekend, and then just like other stuff that sort of comes from his iteration of Act 1. My blood freezes as I hear that scream again, because we know that's not from her hanging. Because I mean, first off, she literally can't scream. Second off, he wasn't there for that. But that is from when he rejects her. And I mean, what did he just do now? I mean, it's not the same scenario, but it's effectively the same thing. This time, though, I could barely distinguish it from reality. See, here's the thing, because we're getting late into this iteration. Like, we are on the last day of the week, and all we have left is really, because we know she kills herself, like, early Monday morning, like, before the MC even wakes up. Like, because I'm pretty sure Salvato, like, confirmed that simply because people were like, oh, if he would have just went to her house, then it would have been fine. But he's like, obviously that would have just been like a dumb scenario, so he's just like, nah, she did it before he woke up, so like that just prevents anything along those lines from happening. So we know that's basically today and then Saturday and Sunday for the MC to change the outcome of reality. And obviously, given that we're further into the timeline and she's on relatively the same track as she is in the Act 1, hasn't really improved. We know from the quantified number of 6 out of 10 that she's in relatively the same sort of state as she is in Act 1's, and obviously this is going to be somewhat of a blow earlier in the as opposed to simply the day before. So in a sense, the MC has accelerated her collapse, or like her sort of depressive state, because all of this has came earlier because they've had more time to interact. So, and it's weird because I doubt she's gonna. I'm not even sure she'll show up to the club today, but I mean, like, if she does, there's no real assuming that she would stay the whole club given this interaction. It was a hope that if she did, it would show that she's improved, but obviously this unfortunately puts a dent in that. So it's like I actually heard it. I mean, the scenario, it was different, but it was basically the same kind of meaning or whatnot. Fourth thing, I throw my arms around Sayori and hug her tightly. Dude, you're making this weird. She just gotta take the L at this point. I mean, just being honest, like, you need to spend some amount of time apart, reflect, and then see whether she shows up to the club. If she doesn't, red flag, then you've got somehow to reverse everything you've done. And if she does, then I guess you try and find a private moment then and try to, like, make up what you did. I'm so sorry, Sayori. Just, I mean, like, I'm just gonna, like, let this happen. I mean, just try and skip to the club, see what happens there. I messed up. I never wanted you to get hurt. I can feel tears running down my face as I say this. Raven, why are you crying? Okay, here, hold on. Now would be a great time to reveal what we know. Because here's the thing. We already revealed we know she has depression. Which is something she hasn't actually told us. However, we still have the knowledge that she kills herself Monday. And obviously, given what we've heard, I mean, at this point, whether or not we have future revealing to her, whether or not we have future knowledge is irrelevant. Because the script is so off course at this point, it wouldn't even matter. But the one event that we do know, which could still potentially happen and which will likely happen, is her killing herself. So this would be a perfect time to reveal that. I mean, granted, I doubt he will, because he couldn't even reveal that he passed out this morning. So what's going on? Familiar feeling of fatigue returns to me as Ari leaves here. He's just gonna pass out. Come on, I'll explain at my house. Okay, they're just like, it's like, fuck school, skip school. But what about school? They could have gone to school if he would have just did this simple act. But MC being MC is just gotta make things more complicated. We would have been late anyways. This is more important right now. Here's the thing. Sayori could literally be failing her classes. She could literally flunk out of school if she doesn't go to school. Because he hasn't really seemed to accept the fact that she's so far behind. He made like one reference and then like just never showed up again. Raven. I begin walking back towards my house. After a few steps, I hear her beginning to follow behind me. Where the hell are you going? Weren't you at? Okay, you're in the living room. Once we're both back inside, we stand in silence for a while. Okay, he definitely better reveal what he knows now. I mean, there's no reason not to, given that, I mean, first off, he brought her back to his place. So it would make sense, like, why, they would need to be in a private area for this where no one else could, like, see them or whatnot. Like, assuming they were just, like, in public. Just, like, I mean, it would make sense. But then again, we know that the MC, he couldn't even reveal that he passed out this morning. So, Siri looks like she's trying to figure out what's going on. I feel worse the longer the silence lasts, until I finally can't stand it. Because, yeah, this is kind of an odd move for the MC. Like, what are they going to do? Make up? Like, no, they just need kind of, like, some space or time apart to reflect. Like, him still kind of trying to interact with her, that's really the only purpose that it could have. Here, we should sit down. Take a seat on the couch and motion for her to do the same. As she sat down, I began. Listen, Sayori. Okay, so he definitely better reveal now. I mean, this is kind of the way it seems like the conversation's going, the direction it's going in. I'm not really sure where to start, but you should know that I do have feelings for you. It's because of those feelings I was scared to kiss you. I'm like, that this isn't where the direction he should be going in. He should be like, I'm going to be honest with you. I have knowledge of future events. Or like some shit like that. It should be like, he's like, listen, I have memories of the future. Or like, I can see into the future because that's stupid. But just like, I have knowledge of future events. Or I have like memories from the future. Or like an alternate timeline. Or something that sounds so outlandish. Like, but basically explains it all. So please don't think it's because of anything you did. I think you're perfect just the way you are. Like, that doesn't change anything, really. Because, like, words don't speak as much as actions. And his actions spoke fairly clearly. I wouldn't change a single thing about you, That literally means nothing. It's just, well, something happened the other day. Okay, so he's gonna tell her about Yuri. I thought this has, like, zero... Okay, I really hope the MC does fail now. I really hope she freaking hangs herself with 2 nooses. Just, like, the MC... Like, why is he bringing this up? Like, it literally... Like, why? Like, first off, let's say, even if she were to figure out, the MC obviously... I mean, obviously she's gonna kind of, like, be, like, shocked. But the MC... We know what he says is true in that. It was basically her coming on to him. And all he needs to really do is... reveal or tell Sayori about her deeper problems or issues of her kind herself and the message she sent him, and then that would kind of be self-explanatory that he did this for her because she needs to get over this, like kind of a similar situation to Sayori. But I mean, he really has no reason to do this. Like, if anything, like I said, he should be revealing kind of that he has future knowledge or whatnot. That should be more so what he should be doing. As opposed, like, he has no real reason to do this. I don't know why. And I felt like I couldn't be with you until you knew about it. This is so stupid. Because either he's gonna talk about the time they spent together, or Yuri yesterday and about her kind issue, which has like zero reason to be brought up now. What happened? Her voice barely squeaks out as she speaks. Well, me and Yuri got talking about a book that we both liked. Okay, this is like the worst way he could lead off this. Because, I mean, the direction it's going in is fairly obvious. Like, you can just assume the conclusion, like, from this line. I proceeded to tell her about how I invited Yuri to come over and how we watched the movie together. But when she went to leave, she kissed me. And that was on her. Doesn't really mean anything if, like, he couldn't react, really. So you and Yuri, Sayori, please, it's not like that. I don't know where he expected this to go. Like, this was a very stupid, like, sort of plot point or decision that he made. Or, like, a really stupid, like, I would almost call it an excuse, but a stupid, like, sort of limiting factor towards his sort of acceptance of her. Because that was entirely her. So if he's worried about her finding out, he knows he has an excuse. Not only that it was her coming on to him, it's a fairly bad excuse. However, what more he has is that he knows about her problem and issues. So he could simply reveal that and say he was doing it for that sake. And then that would kind of be that. Like, you couldn't really argue about that. That would explain everything. It was just... I know, that's why I'm like, I really don't know what he expected. Like, bringing up this, there's no reason to. But, like, him bringing up this conversation, I don't know what he was expecting. Like, if he was expecting her to be like, oh, yeah, I totally understand. Like, yeah, that's definitely fine, 100%. Like, you do you, bro. But no, like, I really don't know what he was expecting, like, besides a response like this. I really don't. Sayori. That's it. I'm done for it. I really don't know what he was expecting. He made... Alright, let's look at all the mistakes he made today. Alright, it's only, like... School literally just starting. He's already made, like, probably the worst mistake he's made in the whole mod. I would argue that him not returning that kiss was probably the worst thing he could have done in the whole mod. Like, that's probably the worst mistake he's made the whole mod. Besides his stupid plan to, like, divide up time between the girls in the club and spend time with every single girl after school on different days, which is a bad plan. But that's not, like, a single event that was bad, or, like, that was the worst. But ultimately, the worst thing he's done this game, or the single most thing he did that had, like, the worst effect was that. Because then, ultimately, it brought him, for whatever reason, into this conversation, which really just seems like an excuse for why he shouldn't have done that. Or at least, like, it really just seems like an excuse for the MC. And basically, he ruined... I'd argue he ruined any chance he has Sayori surviving. I really do think there's no way she survives this, given his actions. I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't see it happening. Like, I don't see it happening. I mean, all he had to do was that, and then he would be good. They would be on their way. They would be going to school. They would see each other at the club. Everything would be fine. But now, here's the thing. At the very least, what he should have done was, rather than go in this direction, he should explain, like, he should really explain sort of the truth. He should tell her the truth. Even if she doesn't take it, she would be serious as soon as he brought up her suicide. And that how it was with a noose or whatnot on the ceiling fan and whatnot. That would make it serious. But, and even if she doesn't accept that, it's at least the truth in a better thing to bring up than what he did bring up in regards to Yuri. Because she really doesn't need to know that. I mean, there really is no purpose. It really just is an excuse for the MC. There's no way I can explain why I'm feeling to her. Now when she's like this. Dude, this is a you problem, man. I mean, there's literally zero reason to bring this up. I can't believe it. Like, think about this. Act 1 happens. The MC, on the first day, because this is a different iteration. So, the first day, rather than having zero knowledge, the MC is all the knowledge of a previous iteration, including what happens with Sayori at the end. So, rather than do the logical thing and focus on Sayori, he instead just, one, assumes every girl has a problem that he needs to deal with for whatever reason, simply because, I guess, he somewhat knew Natsuki had a problem, but granted, there's no real way he could have known the true nature of her father, because she definitely doesn't reveal that in Act 1. She makes references, but she doesn't explicitly state, like, yeah, like, my dad beats me and starves me or whatnot. So, there's no reason for him to know that, or have that knowledge. On top of that, the save dad as an entity is sort of goading him into going every single girl's route, which is stupid to begin with. So rather than do the logical thing and focus and prioritize on Sayori, granted, not hyper-focused, but spend time with her, go her route, have her be the forefront, not necessarily excluding the R girls, but simply whenever he gets the chance to spend time with Sayori and, like, you know, hang out together, like, really just have fun or whatnot, whenever the opportunity arises. Like, if she's not in the club one day, he would spend time with our girls. Granted, that would be kind of a red flag if she was not in the club, but still, rather than do that, and having the front and center sort of picture be her potential suicide Monday and avoiding that, he just completely throws that out of the picture. And then, obviously, this is what happens. From both the MC and saved as an entity trying to go every girl's route, this is the result. Like, likely a dead Sayori come Monday. I have no doubt that's going to happen. If it doesn't, there must be some miracle, like, reason not to. I really think, before I even go, I think the only thing that could prevent Sayori's suicide is Monica. I literally think Monica would need to show up and prevent her from doing that, given the MC's directions he chose this game. No, I can't give up this. Maybe by one chance. Just take the L. Go for another girl. She's dead. Like, come Monday, she's gonna die. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop that. You already fucked up too much. He had one thing to do and he didn't do it. So, she's pretty much gonna die. He needs to just, like, go Yuri's route now. Like, just, he's like, alright, she's gonna die. Might as well just go with someone else's route, considering you fucked up. I can't lose her. It's too late for that. Seriously, the reason I'm so concerned about how you feel is because I don't just care about you. Okay, is he gonna reveal finally what he should have revealed however many minutes ago, like when he first brought her in? Because, I mean, that's really the only direction he can go in now. Literally as a last-ditch attempt. What should have been kind of the first thing he said is really the only thing he can say to prevent her from leaving. Like, huh? I love you. Okay, so he says that, but what is his action? Like, actions speak more than words, and I mean, I would argue that this has almost less meaning than him returning the kiss. Like, that's what I would argue. This time she isn't even able to get the full word out. Here's the thing, though, because him saying that derives her of the opportunity to say that. That was almost a worse thing he could have done than bring up the fact that he has future knowledge, because he now derives her the opportunity to say that to him on her own accord. Like, he completely robbed her of that opportunity. That's why I was scared to kiss you. I wanted to, but I was afraid if I did, you would find out about Yuri. This is stupid. I still think it's stupid how he brought that up. I didn't want you to get hurt. I can feel tears once again running down my face. But I guess I screwed that up too. This is stupid. I mean, I'm just gonna play till we get to the club. No, don't say that. I'm literally just gonna play until we get to the club, because I want to get past this at least before I start the next video. So Sayori lunges across the couch and wraps her arms around me. I can't believe this worked. Like, being straight honest, I would have entirely expected her to call him out on that. But I mean, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. She tried to speak between her sobbing. First off, I really think that was possibly the dumbest sequence imaginable. There really was no reason for him to bring it up, given he knows about Yuri's problems and could simply use that as a crutch. And it not even wouldn't be used as a crutch or an excuse, but that's literally the reason why he did it. So he's not even lying. He's literally telling the truth. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. It's all my fault. Like, see, I really think this is stupid. Sayori. I grab her by the shoulder and look her dead in the eyes. Like, the mod really needs to watch out on using these words. Don't say that. None of this is your fault. You should have been honest. I should have told you how I felt about what happened with Yuri. I spent so much time worried about it when I could have just said something. This is stupid. I'm really being honest, because she still doesn't even know the truth about Yuri and why we did spend time with her. She doesn't even know the truth about us, which the truth would explain that. So please don't say it's your fault, because it's not. And I already told you that it crushes me to see you unhappy like this. Sniff. Raven. She once again comes towards me. Instead of hugging me, she lays her hand on my chest and begins to cry. I wrap my arms around her and stay with my chin on her head. I forgot how tall he is. The alumnus from yesterday also decides to make a cameo appearance within me. What? I want nothing more than to stand up to scream, to tell her the whole truth, to do something. Why not? Instead, I just sit here with my arms wrapped around her. I couldn't tell her the truth if I tried. There's no way she'd believe me. Why not? So this is... Listen, even if real life... Let's say in real life you had something that happened to you. If it was this pertinent, where it involved life or death for the other person, why would you not? Like, you got nothing to lose except them, which would happen if you didn't tell them. I close my eyes and lean back on the couch with her head still buried in my chest. After the next few minutes pass, her silence becomes more and more quiet. It's eventually total silent in the room. Okay, I'm not sure how long it's been, but Sayori's voice eventually breaks the silence. Raven. Her voice is hoarse and I can feel a cold spot on my chest from where she cried through my uniform. Yeah? Well, what happened? I open my eyes as I feel something hit me on my stomach. She just like gut punches you. Ow. You say it could beat you up whenever you're a jerk, you know. He's just... MC gets clapped right now. I can't help but smile. So I rub the spot where she punched me. I guess I did, didn't I? If all your punches hurt, then it's probably smart for me not to be a jerk anymore. I want to stop the video because it's been 30 minutes, but I really want to get past this portion. I guess I don't risk it. I'll simply add another part, even if it's only like 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop, I guess. So transition to the next part of the video. Okay. May, again, be a bit of delay, but I just wanted to do this in case it did crash. I'm not going to record longer for 30 minutes that time. I'll just edit it all together. But yeah, this video will end when we get past this morning sequence. You even said you were tough. The MC's literally like scrawny twig. Like, well, I can't really say that because I'm just a lot shorter, so it seems more, I guess, less, not, I don't know where I'm going with this. I am tough. I am tough. I just didn't expect you to be so strong, so please. I was even holding back with that one. She literally was, like, I mean, I have no doubt that Sayori could throw hands the hardest out of anyone. Like, really. What was it? Hold on. I was thinking of, what were we thinking of? I was thinking of, like, in other mods where the encounter between Yuri and Natsuki is more severe. And I'm like, Yuri would win that 100% hands down. Not only is Natsuki about a foot shorter than her, like, weighs however many less pounds than her, we could say at least 50, but she's also malnourished and, like, obviously she's all talk, no skill. So she's gonna lose against Yuri, who is taller, has got more weight. Not only that, but she also has increased pain tolerance because she cuts. Granted, Natsuki's dad does beat her, but that does more physical damage than cutting. And cutting is like, granted, that's like self-inflicted, so that's like more hard or whatnot. And then I was saying how I think out of anyone in the club, it would come down to Monica and Sayori. Because here's the thing, with Monica, we know that obviously she's an athlete, so that gives her a huge step up over anyone else. She's also a second biggest, so she could use that to her advantage against Yuri. And then also Sayori fares well for herself because she's about the same size as Monica. There's no real it's not that much of a difference. And then also we know that she eats the most, so she is probably the healthiest, even though her diet is questionable because Monica's also vegan or vegetarian, but she may not be getting enough protein, so you have to take that into consideration. So Sayori eats the best, so she has the most energy, so in a fight she would definitely be the one who would be like throwing the most punches and whatnot. So that's completely arbitrary, like sidetrack, but the numbness I felt is slowly replaced with relief as I see her lighten up. Not tighten up, that'd be worse. Man, I better learn how to stop being a jerk before I find out what a full strength one feels like. What time is it? When does the club start? Are you even gonna go? Like, what's going on? All the weight left on my shoulders disappears as Sayori giggles. You better. I don't think you could survive it. Yes, ma'am, I'll try and learn quickly. It's like One Punch Man. Okay, so what's gonna go on? We sit together in the couch in silence for a few minutes. Because I was assuming that, they would go back to school because there would have to be some sort of literature club sequence. But if not, then, I don't know when I would end this. Like, oddly enough, I soon find myself in the same position I was in with Yuri. There you go. There really was no point for him to bring that up. That was just, like, entirely stupid. Because we know that it wasn't like the MC was the one engaging in that. It was Yuri coming on to him. And even if he was worried about her finding out, which is really the only worry, all he needs to do is bring up Sayori's issues and problems and say that was the reason why he did it, because he didn't want, to hurt her. Like, that wouldn't be an excuse. That would be an explanation, and that would kind of be where it would end. Sayori leaned against me with my arm around her. Yeah, being in this position caused some of my memories to float to the surface. What will I tell her? How would she take it? Literally, just tell the truth. I said we could see how things went after I helped her. But I really do love Sayori. I can't change that just to make her feel better. How would changing that make her feel better? Like, changing that would make her feel worse. And I highly doubt Sayori would dare to bring it up with her. Yuri? Why would she? Like, there would be no reason for her to have this. Because Sayori bringing it up with Yuri just tells Yuri that we told Sayori. That's almost throwing us under the bus, so she wouldn't do that for that reason. Maybe I can find some... Yeah, I was like, alright, slow text, I'm gonna ignore what that says. You Raven? Yeah. What are you gonna, tell, Yuri, that's... Alright, so I just think this whole thing is stupid. I think either Sayori thinks the MC is just lying and trying to get with everyone, or he legitimately thinks that, or I guess the most, she should be more inquiring about what specifically happened to learn whether or not, it was kind of her or us. It should really be what it is. It seems to me Sayori and I are really on the same wavelength. What do you think? We've known each other for years, if not decades. I'm not really sure yet. We kind of already split apart yesterday. This is why it was such a stupid reason for him to bring it up. But I'm afraid she might still be hurt after she learns about us. That's not, I guess, here's the thing. Because due to the MC's stupidity, now he's juggling Yuri's, Sayori's, and Monika's problems. But I mean, Yuri's main problem isn't necessarily... Because the MC, he never said he had feelings for Yuri. In fact, it was Yuri who completely came on to him. So, the MC, he semi-rejected Yuri, saying, like, I'm not a character in your story, I'm your friend, or whatnot. So that felt, even though it wasn't, like, directly stating it, it was a fairly implied that, he's like, you view me, we don't view each other on the same, like, wavelength or whatnot, using the term he said earlier. But, like, the MC, he's more concerned about Yuri's problems, which he failed to really bring up a solution for. That's more so what he should be worried about. But, obviously, maybe he brings it up with her in the club if they get some time together, but, like, honestly, I'd just say the MC, he needs to just ensure that it doesn't happen. And, like I said, one of the ways he could do that was bring it up with someone else, which he hasn't. He could have, but he didn't. Or that simply he just comes up with some sort of, like, solution that Yuri can use, which he didn't as well. Split apart. Yeah. I proceeded to tell her about my conversation with Yuri yesterday. So, is he telling her about her issue or problem of cutting? Is that what he's telling her? Or just solely about their conversation about, like, book characters and whatnot? Without mentioning anything about the cutting, of course. Okay. He says, of course, as if that's a good thing. He should be telling her. Oh, Sayori takes a while to process what I told her and how she responded. Here's the thing, though. Her response is probably going to be like, then why the fuck did you tell me if, like, you're no longer a thing? Are you going to tell her about me? I think this is, like, I don't know. I wasn't planning on that. Why? No reason. I can't blame her for being worried. I just think, like, given he literally given he's like, yeah, it didn't exactly work. Then it's like, why were you worried about it to begin with if it didn't work out? She never has been good with confrontation. I mean, she's not going to confront Yuri. Yuri's not going to figure out that she knows it, so nothing's really going to happen between them at least. And I imagine the idea of being confronted by another club member might break her. I just think the MC's, if anything, she should be angry at the MC for his sort of stupidity in regards to this situation. Don't worry, I'll figure out some way to handle it. He should be, first off, the MC should be more so focused on Yuri's cutting as opposed to their actual supposed relationship, considering he made it fairly clear yesterday. So all he really needs to worry about is her cutting. Granted, he shouldn't just be like lovey-dovey with Sayori in the club. They shouldn't just be like publicly like freaking romantic or whatnot. At least until Sayori, we know that she survives, or the MC does too, but put my hand on her shoulder to try and reassure her. One more question. About us. It's like, I meant what I said earlier. I really do love you. Your actions, though, do they say so? But the situation just sort of mixed me up, yeah, I just couldn't do one basic thing, move my head about like 2 inches off the ground. So talking about what happened, though, I feel comfortable being with you. You didn't let her finish the damn question. And I'm willing to go at whatever pace you would like. You didn't let her finish the question. I feel the first in my face kick on as I say this. I want to keep feeling warm like this. At least this isn't like freaking... I think I do remember now. It was... Because, yeah, exit music, we had Aaron course with Natsuki after like a few days. And then Salvation, I'm pretty sure that was when we had... Because I'm pretty sure it was... Because I remember it happened with... Natsuki, both Sayori and Natsuki, and I'm pretty sure Sayori's happened in Salvation. So at least it's not some dumb shit like that. Summer Hope didn't have that, thankfully, but yeah, I'm just saying it's not gonna be like freaking that, where like day 3 of knowing each other, they're already on third base. Well, I guess he knew her whole life, but they weren't really anything more than friends until now. It might sound silly, but it's like the sun poking through the rain clouds. Okay, so, but that's temporary though. Sayori proceeds to bury her head in my chest. It's temporary. I was scared that I wouldn't be able to feel this again. That you would forget about me when you started to become friends with the Argos. That's a him problem, because he basically just ignored Sayori in the club. I mean, that's really what it has been for like the past however many days. He was just pretty much relying on Breakfast Club for the entirety of their sort of interactions. I thought you'd think I was selfish for always trying to spend time with you. He should have been doing the same. I mean, maybe this is selfish, but I want to keep feeling this to have you make the rain clouds go away. I'm sorry if I'm a burden and make you feel responsible. She proceeds to dig her head even deeper into my chest, making her voice almost inaudible. Please don't leave me. Wait, I guarantee that's gonna happen. I guarantee it's gonna happen. Between now and Monday, I guarantee it's gonna happen. I rip back as she begins to sob again. Sayori, I'm so sorry I haven't been there for you all these years. But I'll never let you face your demons alone. Wait, I guarantee it's gonna happen. Literally foreshadowing right now. I don't know how much I can actually help your condition, but I'll do my damnedest to keep you happy no matter what. We'll see. We'll see. Once her sobbing is coming to an end, I lift up her chin so we're facing each other. Sayori, this might be selfish of me as well. Okay, I know where this is going. Watch this. But I never want to leave your side either. Okay, never mind. I thought, no matter what the problem is, I'm more than happy to help you through it. You could never be a burden to me, not even if you tried, because I truly do love you. Feel my mind beginning to glow blank. It should be inching close to me. Don't screw this one up. This is literally a second chance. Literally a second chance. If he freaking doesn't do it, I'm gonna stop this video. Raven, I'm gonna stop this video if the MC doesn't do it. I'm gonna end the video if he doesn't do it. As I lips to me, I feel something strange. Okay. Thank God. I was like, if he doesn't do it a second time, I'm ending the video. Unlike you, the world around me doesn't seem to slip away. Instead, I see all my problems right in front of me, the massive weight that rests on my shoulders. It's what you should have been thinking prior, but it only took till now for him to realize it. Now instead of them being gone, I feel confidence to face these problems. Can't give up, not as long as there's still something to protect. I find myself embracing Sayori, tightly as I think this. As long as I have her, I can bear any burden the world throws at me. I have to ease up some on my passion as I feel some primitive urges begin to pop up. Okay, shut up. Like, now you end it. End it now. Like, cut it off. We're both speechless as we separate from the kiss. Okay, changing theme. I really do like the custom music and audio, though. I may end it here. I just want to see if they actually go, like, to school. Because if they're going to have a whole separate sequence just by themselves, like, doing whatever as opposed to class, then I'm going to save that for an art video, but yeah, I hope that was worth the wait. You're so silly, Raven. So a certain person keeps telling me. He's like, he literally just could have done this. He literally just could have done this 30 minutes earlier and, like, avoided this entire thing. Because ultimately, the outcome's the same. The only difference being that, you know, they didn't have to go through this whole sequence. There's a question I really want to ask, but I'm also scared to ruin the moment. I have no idea what question he's thinking of. Given that it's gonna be, I have no clue what question he could possibly be thinking of asking. Like, I have no clue what he's gonna say. I convince myself that's to help her and begin to speak. Sayori, do your parents know? Okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but that's actually a serious question then. So, I don't think so. So, no, because what he's really asking is, has she told them? It's a pretty dumb question, because if they know, then, or at least, even if they just assume, like, you can't go off of assumptions, but she would need to tell them, really. Okay, that's the answer. I've never told them. Didn't want them to worry about me more than they already do. Are they even home? So part of a parent's job is to worry about their kids. Where's your parents then? Freaking, where are your parents? Like, they don't see you as some burden that they have to deal with, but as a daughter that they love. That's true. Here's the thing, the MC relies entirely too much on conversation. He's like, do this, and then he expects it to happen. He was literally like, don't cut to Yuri, and then he simply expected that to happen. With Sayori, he's gonna be like, tell them, and he will expect it to happen. But what if things change when they find out? What if they don't want to put up with me? I'm sure she's put some thought into telling them in the past. I mean, obviously, you think she hasn't thought about it before, but I'm not the voice of depression. you're not even the voice in her head. Remember the other day when we went to the park? You brought up the time you fell into the water and I had to save you. Do you remember how your parents reacted when they saw us afterwards? They were terrified when you told them that you had fallen into the lake. They were worried sick until I explained what actually happened. Wait, what actually happened? But they got mad at me too. For a little while, yeah. But I think past what happened when they were mad. You and me, both our parents. We were all joking and laughing about your clumsiness and how I was a hero. I mean, so like insulting them basically. I remember that you almost fell over when my dad patted you on the back. Just like shoves him into the lake. Well, it's not my fault your dad's so buff. He's just like bodybuilder, like lifting. Anyways, my scrawny kid self aside. Are you still not that? The point is, even though your parents were worried and then mad, in the end, those feelings were replaced with joy. It's because they love you. Being around you makes them happy. So when they worry about you, they're trying to protect their own happiness as well as yours. I guess it's kind of like you and me. We're basically like your parents, you know. Huh? Seeing me happy makes you happy, doesn't it? Sure. Yeah. I imagine that's how your parents feel when they see you happy. Have they, though? I'm sure they'd be willing to do just about anything to keep you that way. So please don't think of yourself as a burden. Sayori thinks over everything I just said for a moment. I want to tell them. Does that mean you are, though? But I'm still kind of nervous. It's hard to feel nervous. You gotta make a plan. If you want me to be there with you when you tell them, I'll be more than happy to. Thanks, Draven. Sayori once again leans against me, but this time she wraps her hands around my arm. Her parents would be like, how the hell did he know before? Well, I guess that wouldn't be their first thought. They'd be like, shit, how did we not know this whole time? There's no time. What's going through her head right now? The idea of having to help her tell her parents about the depression makes my confidence falter briefly. No, I could do it, no problem. That's not you. For her, I would do anything, even if her dad needed. Even fight her dad if need be. What the hell is that? That's a stupid scenario. I realize that I'm getting ahead of myself just a tad. I'm like, what kind of series of events would lead to that? Her dad could easily decapitate me with a single punch. I'm like, that's a losing battle. Like, I don't know what he's thinking he'll do. Silence continues to fill the room. Sayori holds my arm in a death grip. The silence, however, doesn't feel tense or awkward. So, are they going to go to school or even the club? Because that's kind of what I'm figuring out. This feels nice. Or that's what I'm really trying to figure out more than anything else. Raven, what are we going to do about school? Okay, there's the question I was looking for. Shit, can't say that was on my mind. Dang, I forgot all about it. Ah, shit, it's... You know, you hate to see it. We should probably get going, huh? She released my alarm, allowing for the circulation to restart. We both get up off the couch. Do they actually head out? For a second time today, we begin our journey towards the school. But something is noticeably different this time. You're not running? Instead of pulling me and trying to get me to hurry up, Sayori leisurely walks by my side. You're not sprinting? If we walk in silence for all, we naturally fall back into our routine small talk and playful banter. This time, though, we're holding hands while doing it. Along the way, we agree that we should keep our relationship under wraps for just a little while. Just until we're both comfortable telling everyone. That's why I'm like, just don't be like in public, like not even necessarily in public, but like in the club being all romantic one line. Like that's stupid. Like your focus should be a club. Okay, so we are at school. Once we arrive at school, we're led by an office worker and both receive tardy slips. What time is it? We say our farewells and start towards our classes. I couldn't be happier as I head towards the second period. All of that happened before second period started. That's doubt it. But I mean, I'm going to end it there because that's really what I was looking for. Just whether or not that sequence would end or whether they would just straight up not go to school. I mean, just gotta get the triple save. So, I still have no idea when this mod's going to end. We still have a decent amount of time left. We have, first off, the entirety of Friday. Given the MC kind of made the best of a bad situation brought on by himself, it is seeming like, you know, that Sayori likely won't leave early. So hopefully that is the case. And then also, given that the MC also has to make the choice of who to spend time with during the weekend, hopefully it is Sayori and Monica. I mean, that could potentially enable Yuri's possessiveness in order to try and for her to get with the MC. But that's a whole new can of worms that kind of we'll have to worry about given the MC makes that decision. As opposed to simply, I guess, I don't know. Those are the main two events that'll happen today. And then it's the weekend and really anything goes there. Kind of, since there wasn't a lot in the original Act 1 of the game, and this mod has been fairly content-filled. So anything really could happen there. So I'm just going to save for the last time. And then I'm going to end the video. So, yep. That's it for today then. Tomorrow it is then.